Alright, how's everybody doing today? Back again with another video for you guys. And today, what I have is my full review of the Lumsing 8000 milliamp hour power bank. Now, I've been using this for a while, and usually I tell you guys how long I've been using it for, but I've been testing out a lot of things with the smartphone review that I'm working on, with the headphones review that I'm working on, and with this guy, my days are all mixed up. So I'm finishing my testing and I'm just shooting the videos as I shoot them. So my days are all mixed up, guys. So depending on when you watch this, it may be the right time frame that I said, or it may not be. I don't know. I'm all mixed up a little bit. But that being said, gotta keep the party going. So today we have my full review of the Lumsing 8000 milliamp hour power bank. So without further ado, let's get into this. Now I have my phone on here, my Moto X Pure Edition, because I'm gonna go through some scenarios with you guys. So I have some screenshots that I want to talk about with you guys, but we're gonna get to that a little bit later. So alright, first thing we're gonna talk about is the build quality and the design. Now, from a build quality and design standpoint, this guy is actually designed very, very well. Now, it has like a brushed aluminum feel to it. I'm not sure what the exact materials are, but it feels great in the hand. And it has an overall very slim profile, which makes it easy to slip into a jeans pocket, a backpack, a purse, whatever you want to put it in, it's going to fit in no problem. And with the included cable, it's not going to be an issue. Let me grab the cable here. Grab the cable. With the included cable, it's not going to be an issue because it's actually quite small. So you can just put this in your pocket as well, but it does stretch. So if you need it to stretch, it will stretch. So there's no issues with the cabling. And as I said, the overall build quality on this is actually pretty nice. And the design is pretty nice as well. Next, let's talk about some core features of this guy. Now, of course, a main feature is that it has a 8000 milliamp hour battery cell in here, which is quite good. And as you can see, it has the inputs for charging. So it inputs at 5 volts at 1500 milliamps, and it outputs at 5 volts at 2100 milliamps. And the capacity is 8000 milliamp hours. Now this is important to remember because depending on what device you're charging, it's going to really affect the speed. And as for charging the device itself, it's going to affect that as well, but we're going to talk about that a little bit later. Other core features is that it has these nice LEDs, so you tap it once to power it on, and it comes on. And right now, 2 fully lit LEDs means that it's fully charged. 1 fully lit LED means it's at 50%, and a flashing single lit LED means it's about to die. Now, one gripe that I had with that is that I wish they would have did something other than the light display. Maybe they had all this space. Maybe they could have put like a panel and had a digital readout. That would have been pretty sweet, but it is what it is. Other features include they do have a built-in flashlight, so you just double click it and you turn on your LED flashlight, and the flashlight is actually pretty bright. I was able to use this at nighttime when I have to run out to my car and I don't really want to disturb anybody and there's no lights in the house, so you just grab your flashlight. Typically I would use my phone for that, but since I had this and I was testing it, I figured why not test this out. So you just double click to turn on the flashlight, and you double click again to turn the flashlight off, and the flashlight goes off. And that's pretty much it for the features of this guy. Also, The Lumsing, the manufacturer, touted these as having quick charge, but I'm gonna talk about that when we get to the charging in a second. All right. So the next thing I want to talk about with you guys is the durability of this power bank. Now, the manufacturer says that you don't want to drop this because you may damage it, and that may be true. But we all know we have those instances where things fall. We put things up in a certain way, and we're hoping that they'll be okay, but then it gets bumped, or the cable gets tugged while it's charging and things fall. And I'm happy to report that the durability on this guy is actually pretty good. Now, I was charging a few things that I'll talk about when we get to the charging in a second, and it actually took a few tumbles, and I'm very happy to say that it still works perfectly. There's no issues. It still looks perfect and works perfect, no issues whatsoever. And I believe it fell about twice. So yeah, that's just a testament to the durability right there. Now, let's get into my favorite part of these videos, the charge time and overall battery life. Now, let's start off with the charging. In the user manual, and I don't have the user manual on camera because the user manual was very confusing this time. Sorry, Lumsing, y'all took a hit this time. It was very confusing, so pretty much I had to figure out most of this for myself. They did have some diagrams, and the diagrams were okay, but some of the translations were a little off. So I just wanted to point that out about the user manual. Yeah, it's going to leave a lot to be desired. But when it comes to charging, I found it in my testing from 0 to 100 is going to take, when you charge this guy, it's going to take anywhere from about 5 to 7 hours. And man, that's a long time. That's a long time. So I found myself like, man, is it ready to go? It's not ready yet. Is it ready to go? Is it not ready yet? Man. And if you charge it via your computer, forget about it. Using a USB port on your computer, it's going to take a long time. I think during that test, it took about a day and a half to charge. So you're really going to want to plug this in to a wall charger to get the absolute fastest speeds. And I've actually tried out a ton of different wall chargers, and they all pretty much charge the same. I have tons of stuff over here. I have a few regular wall chargers. I have a turbo charger that I use with my Moto XP edition. They all charge about the same. But to get the absolute fastest charging speeds, you're going to want to plug it into a wall charger. And as I've said, at least with my experience using the computer, again, it's going to take you about a day and a half to reach full charge. Using a wall charger, it's going to take you about 5 to 7 hours. Just had to point that out. Now, that being said, let's jump into some charge times. Now, I tested this power bank with multiple devices. I tested it with this Moto X Pure Edition. I tested it with my Lumia 635. I even tested it with my iPhone 4 and the Note Edge that I'm using to shoot this video. Now, what y'all see up here, and forgive my chicken scratch, but what you see is this is how I calculated, at least roughly, how many charges I should get for each device. So I just took the overall capacity of the battery bank and divided it by the capacity of the phone that I was trying to charge, and you can see right there, I should have gotten roughly 4 charges for my Lumia 635, and my actual charges was I got about 2 to 3 full charges before I had to recharge this guy again. So it's not good, but it's not bad. But depending on what device you have, it's really gonna impact how long it takes. Now, next, I did the same thing with the iPhone 4, and again, I should get about roughly 5, maybe 5.5. I actually got 3 to 3.5. And you know, that last time I thought it was gonna make it. It was gonna just squeeze out the 4, but it didn't make it. So I got roughly about 3 to 3.5. And then keep in mind, you got to take into account the actual capacity of whatever you're charging, which is going to affect the speed of the charge. And the actual output on this is a fast charge, but it's not as fast. It's 2.0. It's 2.0 regular charge, but with that higher capacity, it's supposed to charge it faster. And I noticed that at least for the iPhone and the 635, it did charge at a decent speed. But for my Moto X Pure Edition, as y'all can see, I'm supposed to get roughly 2 to 2.5 charges. That's estimate based on calculations. But actually, I got anywhere from 1 to 1.5 charges before I had to charge this guy again. And yeah, that's pretty much how that goes. Now keep in mind that the Moto X Pure Edition and the Note Edge have the same battery capacity, and their screens differ by 0.1 inch. But as I've said, a lot of different things go into determining how fast your device will charge. And I'm going to give y'all a few tips. If y'all want the absolute fastest charge, you're going to have to turn off all connectivity and just leave your device alone and let it charge. It'll actually charge a little bit faster. You might get a half an hour speedier charge if you do that. If not, you're going to have to turn off the device altogether when you charge it to get the absolute fastest charge. Now, I didn't do that. I left my phones running exactly how they were, some of which were on Wi-Fi. Others, I put my SIM card in and had the Wi-Fi and data turned on, because let's be honest, when you're charging your device, sometimes, not all the time, you're going to go ahead and take advantage of those speedier charging techniques and turn stuff off. But if you're really in a pinch and your phone's about to die, you're just going to charge it and hope for the best. And that's pretty much what I did. So that's my experience with the charge times and the overall battery life with this Lumsing power bank, 8,000 milliamp hour power bank. Now, what I want to do for you guys is we're going to just talk about some positives and negatives, and we're going to give y'all the price, and then we're going to give y'all my final thoughts and a recommendation or two. So, let's start off with the positives. Some really nice positives are the build quality and the design, the very slim profile, the built-in flashlight, which gives this another usability to it, and the overall capacity of the power bank. It's really, really solid capacity here. And again, depending on what you have, depends on how many charges you're gonna get out of it, and how fast it will charge. All right, and as you can see, let me just demonstrate, it has a very slim profile. So usually when I'm going out and it's fully charged, I just take this, drop this into my pocket, pants pocket or whatever, drop it into a bag. Then I take the cable, drop it into another pocket, and I'm good to go. Oh, sorry guys, I almost forgot. It does have an instant activate feature. I want to get this before I forget. So, let's say you wanted to charge something. You plug it in, and it's plugged in. Now, as you can see, let me show you. It's completely off. But the minute that you connect it to something, it will power on and instantly begin charging. So you can see right there, it powered on, and you can see on my device, it's charging. Now, also in reverse, if you unplug it, and I recommend that you fully unplug it, because if you leave it plugged in like this, you're still going to drain the power bank even though nothing is plugged in. Now, if you unplug it fully, you wait about 5 seconds, and it's going to power off. So I just wanted to point that feature out to you guys, and I'm going to let it go ahead so y'all can see the 5 seconds in real time and power off while I continue to talk. There you go, 5 seconds. Alright, so, sorry, almost forgot that feature, but I really thought that was important to point out, so it's not in the typical order that I do, but y'all know if I forget something, I usually just gotta call it out on camera as I remember it. But anyways, now, back to the price and my final thoughts. So again, I got this power bank during Amazon Prime Day, and the original price for this capacity is about let me pull it up, is about $10. It's going for $10 right now, right? But I think originally, yes, the original price back when I picked it up on flash sale was about 16 bucks. Now, I cashed in some Amazon gift cards, so my original price was 16 bucks, but I cashed in some Amazon gift cards, and I got this power bank for $7.19. And at least to me, that's a really solid deal, and I think I'm going to use this a lot for the days to come. Because y'all know, and I think I said this in my unboxing and first impressions, my daily driver, as of right now, I mean my SIM card's in my Galaxy Note Edge. But my original daily driver when I picked this guy up was my Moto X Pure Edition, and I love my Moto X Pure Edition, and it really does everything that I needed to, but the battery life really leaves more to be desired. So I had a power bank. I had a Zero Lemon power bank, but I actually ended up giving it away to a friend. You know me, I always help out friends in need. You know, because I'm not hurting. At the time, I wasn't hurting. It's kind of tough now. But I decided I had to pick up another one, so I picked this guy up, and using my calculations, you know, the rough calculations, I should have got about 2.5, 3 charges. And as y'all seen in the video, I actually get about 1 to 1.5. But it is what it is, and it's good enough to keep me going. So I'm really going to be using this for the foreseeable future. Alright, so all that being said, you guys may be wondering, would I recommend that you pick up this device, this power bank from Lumsing? I'm really going to have to say it depends. It really depends on what you're charging. Now, this also can charge tablets as well. I don't actually have a tablet right now to test it on, but I do believe it will work. But it really depends on what you got to charge and what you want to keep powered. Now, if you have some smaller phones like I tested and I went through in the different charge scenarios, then this is going to be a perfect pickup. But if you have a bigger phone or bigger phones like myself, you're still going to get some charges out of it, but it might not be as much as you would like. That being said, if you want something ultra slim and ultra portable and really what's going to be there in a pinch if you actually need it, because, you know, I went out with some friends and I noticed that my phones were dying, and I just plugged in whatever I was using and I was good to go. And I just discreetly put everything back in my pocket and everything's charging. So if you want something with a nice slim profile that you can discreetly have on you to charge your devices and keep your devices charged in a pinch, then yes, I would recommend this. But if you want something that charges a little bit faster, and that's probably gonna be a little bit more durable, but and it's not gonna look as pretty, I will put a link to my Zero Lemon power bank that I reviewed in the description, along with the prices where you could pick this guy up. So it's really up to you. But at least in my opinion, do I recommend that you pick this up? If you want all those aforesaid things that I've mentioned, then I'd have to say yes. And as you can see, I really do like the fact that it blends in nicely with my smartphone and my smartphone case. So that's just another plus. So do I recommend this? I would have to say yes. Alright guys, that was a pretty long video. I hope y'all enjoyed the video. If you did, please help your boy out and give the video a thumbs up. That really does help me out. You don't know how much. If you want to see more raw, uncut content like this, please be sure to hit the subscribe button down below so you get notified as soon as new videos become available on YouTube. And as always guys, if you know anyone out there looking for some high quality performance devices at some really great prices, please share with them my channel, because I'm doing this for everyone, because we all deserve the best. Alright guys, I will catch y'all in my next video. I hope everyone has a great day. Peace.